Okay, hello everyone. Cesare here with more Final Fantasy XI. I'm still not feeling 100% while working on this, but I gotta apologize. Apparently, I had my microphone set up in my headset and not through the Yeti microphone like I thought. So, voice quality is probably worse, and on top of that, you can hear me cough and sneeze despite my muting the Yeti. So again, I'm sorry about that. But here we are with Scholar, correct microphone setup. Let's get this going. We are in the LDM Necropolis in the past, or LDM Necropolis South as I call it, because they have a little S after their name. We're going to talk to Erlene here in the front foyer of the place. Well, if it isn't Miro, how does today find you? In good spirits, I hope. And how are you finding the grimoire? It would seem that you are coming along quite splendidly in your studies. I would expect no less from a student of the Schultz School of Martial Theory. I truly wish Professor Schultz was here to witness your development firsthand. What's that? Oh, it's nothing serious, I'm sure. It's just that I haven't been able to establish contact with our professor recently. I know that he had become quite the concern with the goings-on of the Beastmen. Were I to wager a guess, I would say that he has crossed enemy lines in an effort to observe them. Given that he was absent from the last convening of military strategists, I must admit I've come to worry. Miro, might I impose a request upon you? I'm afraid that my duties bind me here. Would you be willing to seek out the professor in my place? I just need to know that he is alright. Well, look who's back. Miro, was it? Yes, of course. Pardon my barging in, but I thought I overheard Professor Schultz's name being mentioned. Oh, so you're off to locate the good professor, are you? What a remarkable coincidence. Please, should you happen to find him, please pass this along with my regards, will you? Let it never be said that your timing is not most impeccable, Miro. You are already beginning to prove your worth. Olberg's behavior is most infuriating. He seems not at all worried about the professor's well-being, and on top of that, he feels an appropriate time to be requesting deliveries, of all things! I apologize, I do not wish to compound your troubles. Alas, I have no recourse but to request your service as well. I implore you, please find Professor Schultz and make sure he is alright. This is our most desperate hour. Help me, Miro. You're my only hope. This isn't the first time this has happened. The professor went missing before, too. Some time ago. At that time, it was a pupil of his named Nicholas who was eventually able to locate him. Come to mention it, perhaps he would be able to provide you with some helpful information. After that, he enjoyed several promotions and is now an eminent member of Bastock's Mythful Musketeers. Should you be able to find him in the metalworks. I truly regret having to ask you this, but there is no other way. Please, Professor Schultz must be found. Okay. So, from here we're just going to head back out. Right to the book. What I like about the Elder Necropolis in the past is it's not as destroyed. So there are monsters in here, there's just not as many. Which is always a good thing, I think. So we want to go to not Durflin front, Gustaberg front, and we want to go to Bastock Markets. Just a fairly certain that's where we're going on. Alright, so when we talk to this next NTC, it may give us a trust. I don't know. We'll see. I may already have this trust. Miro, should I say Mithra Musketeer 0. It's good to see you looking so well. Alright. Business with Nicholas of the Mithra Musketeers, you say? Well, if it isn't Miro, how may I be of service to you today? You wish to see me about something? So, Professor Schultz has gone and disappeared unannounced yet again, has he? He has always been quite the enthusiast for trying out new techniques in private. Why, I still recall one of his previous disappearing acts. One moment he was standing right before my eyes, and the next he was gone. After calling forth one of those storms of his, the march of time must have been somehow different, well, wherever he was. He claims he intended for it to be gone only for a short while, and yet some 3 weeks passed with no sign of his return. Caused quite the ruckus among the people here, did. As Erling properly informed you, in the end, it was I who stumbled upon the professor. I simply visited his residence to research for some clue as to his whereabouts. It was then that I saw the storm formulation posted out on his wall, and I became convinced that he had never even left the comfort of his own quarters. I proceeded to call out his name, not hiding my agitation. And sure enough, the good professor materialized right there, in quiet contemplation before his chessboard. Did Erling happen to mention anything in regards to Professor Schultz? Reconnaissance, eh? So that he looks to gather intelligence on the Beastman's Confederate's movements. It is no doubt that the quad of shield warriors have stirred his concern, in which case it would be most probable that he headed for the Durflin front. That front extends northeast from Paschow marshlands to the Rolandberry fields, and then farther north still to Voncarella Inlet. But that is just my best guess. Using his art to conceal himself when he seeks privacy is one thing, but to be surrounded by enemies deep within hostile territory, that is truly a matter for grave concern. Perhaps it would be prudent to go and search for one of the Professor's storms, under the strictest of caution, naturally. I don't think they really explained what these storms are. But so we're gonna go look for the Paschow marshlands. Joy. Okay. So this could be dangerous. We might get attacked by a virulent Peist. But we should be okay as long as we're careful. So what you want to do is you want to grab the survival guide. It says the closest one is Grauberg. So we'll try Grauberg, I guess. Yep, now that we're done the odd Ergen jobs, we gotta spend time going back and forth in the for these jobs. Okay, this should take us back to the Paschow marshlands. Presumably, anyway. Ah, yes. This looks correct. Riding our raptor. Okay, so we want to go to the northwest corner of E11. Well, we're in I11 right now. So we want to go all the way to our left. Cool. It's not that far away, actually. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Thank God for the people at FFpedia and BG Wiki for putting forth these guidelines on how to do all these quests, because trying to figure them out for myself today would be very difficult. Alright, we're in G. The Goobas! Nice to see the Goobas look relatively the same between here and FF14. Only a little higher resolution in FF14. I'm actually recording, right? Okay, good. Oh shit, got caught on a wall. Ah, there's the virulent Peists. Ah, that's what we're looking for right there. And there doesn't look to be any Peists nearby. No, we're good? Alright. Ah, you mustn't touch that. It is certainly not the most ideal of conditions, but I have aligned it such that it is invisible to prying eyes. And I'd like to keep it that way for now. Miro, if I'm not mistaken, yes? My reconnaissance endeavors here were completely anticipated by the enemy. And now I have been sealed here by some foreign sorcery, simply biding my time. The Quantum apparently have military strategists of their own, and I am most humbled to admit that I have been bested by them. Quite an embarrassing predicament, truth be told. And so here we are, locked in a textbook stalemate. In a moment of weakness, I lost my composure and sought recklessly to retreat, playing right into the enemy's hands. And since I've been concealing myself here, waiting for things to change for the better, still, I must admit, I am quite impressed by your ability to detect my storm. And all the way out of here, of all places. Tell me, how did you know where to find me? Of course. Nicholas, I should have known. His powers of inference are as magnificent as ever, I see. I assume that Erlene must be quite taken with worry as well. A most unbecoming course of conduct on my part. I do regret it. And what is that you have with you there? A letter from Ulbrecht? Most curious indeed. This would appear to be... Yes, I see. He has placed a magical seal of confidentiality upon it. That's Ulbrecht for you. A splendid example of the multifarious utility of magic, I say. But goodness, you haven't come all this way to hear about that. So let us see what we have here, shall we? He certainly makes a most vexing demand. I suppose it cannot be helped. Maybe I so bold to ask a favor of you, Miro? Would you be so kind as to relay the word of safety to Erlene, that her concern, while greatly appreciated, is not necessary? And also, I would ask that you see that this message gets to Ulbrecht. I thought something such as this might happen, so I encoded my location within. Upon reading this, he will surely move to act on my behalf. Oh, you needn't go worrying yourself about me. I assure you I shall be fine. Luckily, I had the foresight to bring these old war annals with me. I'll just remain here and read in peace while awaiting my rescue. I bid you safe journey, Miro. May the goddess watch over you. It appears you have gotten the better of, old friend. I predicted as much. He was always the most studious among my pupils, though this turn of events certainly came sooner than I had anticipated. A brilliant show of strategy and execution. A performance worthy of full marks from any teacher. If anything troubles me, it's that he can, at times, excel too much. A sometimes fatal flaw. When the pawn demands it to be treated in the same manner as the king who commands them, his reign is compromised, and now you're finding your calculations to have been less than adequate? Huh. The moves have been made and the pieces are in motion. All that remains now is for the game to play itself out. Ah, and therein lies the true fun. Still, he has been ingeniously gone about setting the stage for quite a power struggle here. He learned a great deal by observing you, I gather. What's this? Lavish praise at the hands of the great Professor Schulz? I'll not be taken in by such trickery. It doesn't suit you at all. Saw right through it, that didn't you? Thanks, we got his sealed letter. Time to use our warp ring. This will take us back to northern Sandoria, where we're going to grab the book back to the Eldium Necropolis, and our first artifact quest is being finished. Okay. So you want to go to the Norval in front, Eldium Necropolis south, Okay, we're going to talk to Erlene here. That is most delightful to hear. Quite a burden has been lifted from me, Miro, knowing that the professor is safe. You've done me a great service, Miro. So you were able to find the old curmudgeon, were you? And how was he? Fine and dandy, I presume. I fear I'll never quite understand that man. I bet he even greeted you as though nothing all in all was awry, am I right? By the way, it happens that the sealed letter I trusted you contained my reflections on the development of the Allied forces in the near future. I wondered, did he have any comments on the matter? What's this? He even went so far as to commit a response to paper? Just for me? But this is... No matter, I will see to the professor's safety. Many thanks for your trouble, Miro, was it? Yes, of course. Well, here I shall take my leave of you until we next meet. Professor Elbrecht, with all due respect, Miro has faithfully carried out the task which you requested of her. Surely that warrants something more than a few mere words of thanks. As senior to this pupil, would it not be appropriate for you to present her with a reward befitting the service rendered? In fact, you showed the same indignation and presumptuousness when you first asked her to deliver the sheets of vellum. Does it never occur to you to act with some modicum of tact? I suppose you may be right. Forgive my imprudence, Professor. How about this then? An old classic for any aspiring scholar, a Klimaform schema. Teaches the black magic Klimaform, increases the magic accuracy for the spells of the same element as the current weather. I've been through this edition so many times that I can recite it from memory. It may be just the thing for you, though. Here, it is yours now. The basics of our field are the same now as they have been for years, or ages. Little in war is apt to change. By no means do I tend to downplay the necessity and value of staying up to date on the latest developments in weapons and tactics, but in your studies you will find it is left often the timeless classics which embody the true essence of military strategy. Those who cannot learn from history are doomed to repeat it. The Schultz School of Martial Theory encourages practical application. Only through testing your strategies in the heat of battle will you begin to grow as a scholar. Miro, do not lose yourself in the power of the grimoire, but look within yourself for the direction you must tread. Now, if you will excuse me. Hey, you're just repeating what Professor Schultz said! So, with that said, we'll go learn our new... There we go. Excellent. Perfect. Thank you very much for viewing. I'll see you guys later. Nice guys, right?